In this video, I'm going to show you the process to go from 0 to 100K a month, or if you're somewhere, in between that, how to get to 100K a month and scale from there. I can tell you this because I've already done it in my fitness coaching business, scaled to a little bit over 100K a month. And I'm also about to do it in my second business as well. So I'm just going to be sharing what I've learned along the way. So let's dive in. So there's going to be 4 main points I go over. If you understand these 4 points, you'll know exactly what to do, the exact process to go from wherever you're at right now, from 0 to 50K a month, I'm assuming, to 100K a month. Or you have big aspirations, you want a 7-figure business, I'm breaking down in this video. So number 1, the first thing you need to understand is what is called the theory of constraints. All right, I learned this from Alex Hormozi. So he's someone who is a $100 million man, makes a lot of money online. Anyways, what this is, the theory of constraints is basically, it states that there's one constraint in your business that is stopping you from 2x in the business right now, or just about. All right, there's always one constraint in the business that's stopping the flow of value for you to scale. All right, so for example, what does this mean? What does this actually mean? So if I ask you the question, why can't you 2x the business right now? Your brain probably comes up with the answer right away. If it doesn't, I'll help you out with that as well. But you probably know right away, I need more leads, or my sales process sucks, or I can't handle more clients right now. You probably have an answer right away that comes up, and that's good. So we'll go over, obviously, how to apply that tactically to your business and what you actually work on a daily basis so you can scale. All right, but first things first, you have to understand, what makes up client acquisition as a whole on a system level. A lot of people don't understand this. They'll just think, I need more leads, or I need, to improve my sales process, or I need this and this and that. I need a funnel, I need a system, I need more predictable leads. They just don't know how it works though. And so let's break it down into a system. What is actually client acquisition? What makes up the system? And how can you actually make this predictable, scalable, consistent, all these beautiful things that you want? So there's 5 components of client acquisition. If you understand this, you'll know how to make it predictable. So there's 5 steps. There's one is attention, all right, actually getting the person's attention in the first place of the prospect. All right, there's interest. So from them seeing your ad or your message, whatever it is, to actually replying to it, all right, having a positive reply, that's interest. Number 3 is call booked. So once they have interest, actually taking the next step and actually booking a call on your calendar to learn more about your offer. There's calls showed. So once they book calls, we actually want them to show up. That's number 4. And then number 5 is obviously a new client. So they actually sign up and they actually pay you money to be your client. Those are the 5 steps: attention, interest, call booked, call showed, and client signed. All right. And so with that, understand this, you can clearly define in client acquisition specifically, where is the constraint? Where's the drop of value? Are you getting just no attention right now, when there's just nothing going on? Or maybe you're getting a lot of attention, but no one's really converting into interested. Or maybe you're getting interest, but no one's booking calls or ghosting you. Maybe no one's showing up. Or maybe your sales process is just all messed up and you're getting calls booked, but no one's signing up. All right, so this will allow you to clearly define the components and the actual steps. And so you can define, okay, where's the constraint in the system? Now, beyond this, there's a few different levels you can look at for constraints. All right, so in this, what we're going to do right now is define the exact constraint in your video. So this is going to be super tactful. Take out a pen and paper, and so you know exactly where to work on your business. Because if you do this one thing, you're probably going to 2x, 3x, sometimes 5x your business just fixing this one thing. So take out pen and paper, pay attention right here. So we're going to break it down. So what is the constraint in your business right now? So we just laid out the 5 components of client acquisition. So first thing you want to look at is those 5 steps. All right, is there just an utterly clear drop-off that's apparent right away of, no one's booking calls, or, my show rate sucks, or, my close rate sucks? Typically, just so you know, as far as metrics go, close rate, typically want to be at least at 25% plus. If it's a agency offer, 20% plus, but really that should be around the minimum. For show rates, depends on the industry, but typically 70% plus, if not more. And then call booking rate, this really depends. So I use a DM system for a lot of our client acquisition, and so we usually aim for 3% plus appointment booking rate. So that's out of the messages that we send out, we want at least 3% of people that actually book a call with us. All right, so those are some general metrics for you. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of clarity there. But identify, is there any clear conversion rate that's just terrible, or that's just awful? If there is, that's the constraint in your business. Because even if you do just absurd amounts of volume, if there's just no conversion, 0 times a million is 0. 0 times 10 billion is 0. So if you have a terrible conversion system, it just doesn't matter how much volume you do. So we want to fix that. All right. So that's the first constraint you could have in your business is a conversion issue, or in one of these 5 components of client acquisition. All right, so do you have that? That's the number one thing. If you have that, then write that down right now. That's your constraint. All right, if not, let's say all these 5 components are pretty solid, like they're good, but you just need more people. You need more people in the system, in the flow. Then you have a volume issue. You have to do more volume. And so how are you getting clients right now? If it's content, you need to create more content or create better content or boost your content. You have to do something to increase volume. All right, because what you have right now is working, but it's not good enough. It's not getting enough eyeballs, enough people in the system. Or it could be, if you're running ads, you just need to spend money on ads. I had a client of mine who was doing about $30K a month. And he's like, Jack, how do I scale? Like, what do I do? Here's my metrics. Here's everything you want. Like, what do I do? I'm just like, well, in this situation, you just have to push a few buttons and spend more on ads. Like, that's it. That's literally all you have to do. And he was like, kind of like scared at first. A lot of people like get scared, especially when it comes to ads or other things as well. You're just like, is it that simple? And the answer is yes. Like, you just have to do more volume. You just need more volume. Like, that's it. If you're sending outbound messages, send more messages. You just need more volume. That's if your conversion rates are good. All right, so that could be your bottleneck. That could be your constraint right now. If it is, write it down. Next constraint, let's see if you have a client fulfillment constraint. This could be either clients not getting good results, or you just don't have availability to take on more clients. All right, is that an issue, or is that going to be an issue real soon if you don't fix it? If it is, you want to fix it, because you can't scale if you can't take on more clients, obviously. All right, the next issue, which my company acquisition pilot actually had this recently, but got it fixed, thankfully. That was sales availability. So I used to take all these sales calls, and so my calendar is a constraint. I didn't have enough call slots. We were booking too many calls. I was just fully booked out every single day, and I couldn't handle more calls. And so therefore, the business couldn't scale past a certain point, past my availability, because we just couldn't handle more sales calls. So that was the bottleneck. That was the constraint. And so we fixed that now, and now we're scaling more. All right, that's another constraint that you could have. The last constraint you could have could be profit. Or profit. You probably don't have this one, but this would be like, for example, this could also tie into like client fulfillment as well, as if you don't have enough like client, availability to take on more clients. It could be a pricing problem where you're charging so low, where like you're getting a bunch of clients, but they're not paying you much money. This is like a lot of you, if you're coaches and you're charging like a few $100 a month, like terrible pricing model. Don't do that. You should be able to charge at least $3 to $5K per client for a client package. So that could be a huge constraint in your business. If you just fix that one thing, you can honestly 3x, 5x business just like that. So pricing is a huge thing there. Could be expensive. It's probably not expensive, but I know some people who just spend their money willy-nilly in the business. They're like, oh, I'm investing in the business, but they invest in the stupidest things ever, and they just waste all their profit. Those are the main things when it comes to profit. Again, it's probably not your issue, but it could be. But those are the main constraints right here. So we have conversions, we have volume, we have client fulfillment, we have sales availability, and then we have profit. Those are the 5 things right there, the 5 possible constraints. So right now, pause the video, think about this for a second. Like, what is the one constraint in your business? If you just did this one thing, if you just fixed this one thing, that's going to like 2x the business. What is that one thing? All right, got it? Good. So the process, like I would basically repeat this process on a weekly basis. I do a weekly review. I would review everything. Sometimes it takes multiple weeks to fix something, which is fine. But I would review it and get crystal clear on what is the one constraint in the business. What's the one thing that if I just did this one thing, 2x, 3x business, boom, just like that. And so I would do this. I would find the one constraint, and then over the next week, I would make an action plan for the week, and I put 99% of my energy, focus, attention, and time into fixing the constraint. Like, that is it. That is my sole and utter focus. Because I know, like, you have to think of, asymmetrical leverage right here. All right, like activities that you can do that just give you so much back compared to what you put in. All right, like I could put more into like my sales process, trying to get my close rate from 30 to 32%, or get my show rate up from 85 to 90%. But it's such a small thing, it does not matter. It does not matter. You could do this one other thing, which is like leads, for example. You could just 3x your call bookings and then boom, 3x the business. You have to understand, like, this is the difference between people who stay stuck at 5, 10K a month forever and people who scale to 100K a month. They just understand the theory of constraints and they apply this tactically on a weekly basis. All right, so that's what you need to do. Find the one constraint, and then over the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, however long it takes, just put all of your energy towards fixing the one constraint. Like, that is it. If you just do this and you repeat this process time and time and time again, you will keep on scaling. Like, that's the game of business. That's how it works. It all comes down to finding constraint, fixing the constraint, and then scaling it and doing it over and over and over again. Like, that is a game. If you do this, it's impossible to fail. All right, it's impossible to fail. The problem that a lot of people have is they'll get, I know I used to get like obsessed with the one thing I like doing the most. I enjoy doing the most in business. So for me, like, I love the marketing, the lead gen side of things. So I would just like obsess over that. When it wasn't really a problem, I would have a sales issue, but I wouldn't look at it because I'm like, just more leads. But then I'm not growing the business as much as I could because I could just fix the one constraint that's really restricting the business, but I'm avoiding it because I like this part over here. I don't really like this part. So make sure, even if it's the thing that you hate in the business, you need to tackle it. Because when you do, you're going to triple, quadruple your business. That's how it works. So that's the video. That's how you go from 0 to 100K a month plus and keep on scaling your business consistently. I hope this video helped. If you're an online coach and you want all my lead gen sales systems licensed out to you so you don't have to do any of the guesswork, you just have something that converts from day one, click the link below. We'll work together one-on-one as well. Click the link below if you're interested. For more info, book a call and we'll talk soon. If not, no worries. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.